Hi, Duck. Today we are going to get wild. We're going to get wild.
Get wild?
Wild! We're going to be doing a bit of leopard print and a bit of zebra print. No, tiger print. Tiger.
It is ever early on, actually.
I know, I mean tiger. Do you know what? It's the same thing. It's just a different colour. I mean, it's not the same animal, obviously. They look very different. But when you're creating that kind of look on a nail, it's the same. It's just a different colour. So let's get cracking. We'll start with base coat, which is so important because it gives you longevity. If you are doing this on a natural nail, make sure that you abrase the surface of the natural nail. And by that, I don't mean just like waz over with a 100 grit file. No, 240 grit file is more than adequate. You can even, if you're really, really precise, you can do it with a buffer, a 120 grit buffer. Right, so because I am mixing a few different textures with this, textures, techniques, products, all that, I want to have a black base. I know you're thinking, what you're on about, Kirsty? Black base when you're doing, you know, animal print? How do you do animal print on the top of a black surface? Wow. Just keep watching.
A lot of animals have black skin.
What?
That you wouldn't expect.
Really?
Yeah, polar bears.
No.
Polar bears are black with a white coat. I honestly, I'm being completely serious.
You lying?
I'm not.
Really?
I'm being absolutely 100%.
So there must be a reason that the skin's black. Is it because it absorbs heat?
Weirdly, also, their fur isn't white.
What?
They're very strange animals.
I'm sorry, but last time I looked on the tally.
No, their fur is translucent.
So why doesn't it look grey?
I have no idea, I can't answer that, but they have clear fur or translucent fur, and they've got black skin.
Why do they look white then?
I don't know. Trick of the light.
Doesn't make no sense.
Like magic.
So we've got black. This is Fay'd. It's the blackest job polish you have ever seen. People do say to me, what kind of sorcery is in this bottle? Because that is some intense pigment. Top coat, top coat, top coat. Glossy top coat. Notice I've only done one coat of black. That is more than enough for what we're going to do. So, make sure you're capping the edges as well with the top coat. It's a multi-layered design. Hopefully you'll enjoy a finished result. If you don't, sorry. And in the lamp. And I'm going to put that in for 20 seconds. Not 30, 20 seconds. And then I'm going to use, I've got Lucente Chrome Powder. So I've got copper and I've got bronze.
That's why, right, okay, so I've just done some Googling. Polar bear skin is black so that it can absorb heat better.
Yeah.
Their fur is clear so that the rays can get through to the black skin. But they appear white.
That's mad.
I know, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Right, so I've put like a little section of the copper down there, and then I'm going to pick up some of the bronze, and we're going to put some bronze on there. Cured the top coat only for 20 seconds, so the chrome powder sticks a little bit better. I'm just going to move that off camera to dust it just because I don't want it all over my desk.
Just all over the floor instead.
Yeah, all over the floor.
Let's get the Hoover on.
So, you can see we have a slight variation of chrome colour. This one I'm going to do a little bit more patchy. So I'm just going to add random little sort of splodgies. And then I'm going to go in with the copper. Can you see the little splodgy bits? I'm going to use an old top coat because when I put this on, it will potentially pick up particles of the chrome. Yeah? And I don't want to then put that back into a fresh, nice bottle of top coat. So I'm going to follow that same pattern. Now I do feel like it's not mega pigmented, this chrome, if I'm completely honest. I think I've used slightly better chrome before. Okay, we're going to do the same. Because if you compare, can you see the difference? And you know, I will be brutally honest on this channel. I've definitely used chrome that is more pigmented. So I'm just going to go over what I did before. I'm just going to really burnish that in onto those little sections. Then I'm going to go over with the copper. And that's only really going to stick to the places where there isn't the bronze chrome. Yeah, you can see you've got like a bit of a patchy sectioned effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a bit of Beige Dave. So we're going to put that on a palette. Going to get all these colours out. We're going to use Fay'd, which is black, and maybe a little bit of white. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to use some of the top coats. So these top coats are transparent jelly top coats. So we've got Ben, which is the brown one, and we've got Nala, which is the orange. So they're nice jelly colours, but they are also top coats. Ben is a nice brown. So let's start with this one. This one's going to be the sort of tiger print. And this is going to like make it more rich in colour. We're still going to have that shiny background. So I'm just going to pull that through on those edges there, and then with the colour Ben, we're just going to pull that through the centre. Let them sort of mix a little bit and let that kind of self-level. You can see you get more rich sort of tones running through that now. Then we're going to use the colour Sasha. Sasha is a lalo. It's nice and lalo. Going to use a bit of that. But what we're going to do first is use some of Nala. We're going to go straight on all over, nice and thin with Nala.
She had a right go at me when I got here last night, Nala did.
Did she? Was she not happy?
She was shouting at me. Barking, obviously.
Barking.
But then she came down and she was being nice.
And then we're just going to do little droplets on those little patches that we did earlier. It can be really random. Just try your best to go over those little patches. And we want that to self-level as much as possible. So give that a few seconds.
It's all three of them are named after Andrea's dogs.
Yeah.
Ben, Nala and Sasha.
Sasha, yeah. Pull this one out. I'm going to pop this one in, but then I will buff it just to make it even more level. Just going to level it up, So for your zebra, We're not doing zebra, Kirsty. We're doing tiger. We need a little bit more of an effect. So we're gonna get the Fay'd brush, which is an ombre brush, into Beige Dave. And you want it to stay separated like that. Because we're gonna pull little tiny little lines as if they are like fur from the tiger. Tony Tiger. I'm going to buff it just to make it super flat. I'm just going to slightly file the very, very top just to take off any bulk. And then we can buff it. So when we put that transparent yellow on, it will push away the transparent orange. And you'll be left with those like little markings. But because the chrome is underneath, it's still going to be nice and chrome and shiny. You're going to get like a totally different effect. Rather than just using sort of all flat colours, I wanted to do something that was, you know, a little bit more special.
More depth to it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go into the white. And again, you want to make sure your brush is separated. And you're just going to create those fur-like lines. And the way you separate it is to make sure that you splay that brush, add pressure as you are going through. And it'll keep it separated. I want to have a little bit of Beige Dave and a little bit of white just to lighten it a little bit. I don't want it fully white. And splay that brush. And we're going to do little random patches to add texture. And I'm pulling them in one direction. You'll notice that these little lines of fur are all going in the same direction. Going to add a few of those lines using that Fay'd brush through the centre as well. I've now got a little bit of just white on my brush just to intensify those little lines. Pop that in. Now for your zebra lines, we're going to use the Lily Liner brush. Of course it's going to be the Lily Liner brush. So you want to make sure that you pull the product from top to bottom. So you're drawing product all the way through the bristles of the brush. And then we're going to do our tiger lines. You'll notice they're thicker here and then they go to thinner. I'm going to pull from this edge, so I'm going to start where I start here, they're thicker, and then when I come to the end they get thinner. That's due to the lack of product, because as we go across there's less product, but it's also because I'm using a lighter pressure. So the harder you press, the more product is going to transfer onto the nail. And if you map out this kind of, I want to say it's a bit ziggy-zaggy, but it's not quite ziggy-zaggy. Let me just finish that one and then I can show you. So we have these sort of triangle sections. So we've got one here, one here, one here. Work with those and then you can add more.
I like it because it feels like you've got sort of a background. Like that background wouldn't look out of place if you put sort of like leaves and stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You could do so much with it.
yeah.
I like it. Into the lamp. Now with this one, I want to use a bit of cola, which is our brown gel polish. And I'm going to use Babacass, which is a thin, flat-headed brush. And we're going to add just a little bit of colour. Quite random. Before we come back to this one, I just want to finish this one off. I just want to, you know, give it a bit of a... Just let it be done. Right, I'm going to put on Emma. And this is a top coat. Not just any old top coat now. It's got glitter in. You know, this tiger, she is ready for the ball. So not only does this gorgeous tiger print have chrome underneath, oh, it also has glitter on top.
Not very good at hiding in the jungle when you've got covered in glitter, mind.
I'm sorry, but it's a fabulous diva of a tiger. Oh yes, darling. She is beautiful. Pop that in to the lamp. Right, so we're going to use the Miko gel brush into Fay'd. And then you're literally going to tap, 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 tap around. So you're tapping some product around your little splodges to create your leopard print. And then I'm going to take the Lily liner brush and I'm going to pull through the wet gel. To add that more of a fur-like effect. And it doesn't matter if it goes over onto the brown little splodges that you did. It doesn't matter if it goes on to other areas. It's going to all add to the effect. Just make sure that you are pulling in the same direction. You know, you're keeping everything in the same direction so it looks more like fur. Let's pull out the diva of a tiger. Oh my God, she is beautiful. So now for this one, we are going to use a different top coat. We are going to use Bala. So Bala has tiny little flecks of black in there and a little bit of glitter as well. Just for good measure. Just for good measure. Now, these colours that we've just used on top coats as top coats for our designs also come in a matte version as well. So you could go matte. That would also look nice. So I'm going to put Bala on top. This one is also named after... Who's in there? This is named after your cat?
My cat, yeah.
Your cat, yeah?
Yeah, so Bella's one of the cats, Chewy's the other one. But it was dead funny the other night. we were just sat in the front room, and Bella, who doesn't really like Boris, the dog, she was sat on the couch with me getting a stroke, and Boris was just asleep on the floor, and she just jumped off, she walked over to him and just battered him and then walked off.
Like, she's just saying, just letting you know, I'm boss.
But he was fast asleep.
Oh,
he's only a pup, and she's like 14-year-old, and she just walked up. Me and Haley couldn't stop laughing. But poor Boris was just like, what's happened?
Because he woke up to that.
He had a bit of a go back at her, but then she just sort of like jumped back on the couch with me for a stroke.
What I am going to do is I'm going to just smooth this because it's gel polish and you get a little bit of thickness with the design element. Just going to buff it, make it nice and smooth, and then I'm just going to top coat. And I'll just use a normal top coat this time. Oh, matte, it looks nice matte, doesn't it?
It does look very nice matte, actually.
Oh, let's go matte.
You're going to go one matte?
I'm going to go one matte.
You should use the matte glitter one.
I should have used the matte glitter one. What an idiot.
But couldn't you use that now, though?
No, it'll have too much glitter, you won't see everything.
Ah, right.
Oh, do you know what? This is now. That is, even the chrome underneath, you still get like a reflective property from it and it gives it depth. I forget how much I love matte until I do it and I'm like, oh, everything should be matte.
Because it makes it look like a painting.
Yeah.
It really does.
Right, and guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these. I can't stop looking at them. Oh, which one's your favourite? Do you know what I love about about this one? It's the speckles from the ballet.
Yeah.
Really like, I don't know, just make it look a bit more realistic somehow. It's like fleas in the fur.
So today we've talked about nits and now fleas.
Oh my God.
You've got something to tell us. Are you riddled?
On that note, we're going to start off. Everything I've used today will be listed below, and I think you're all gorgeous, and keep following us, because if it wasn't for you guys subscribing and commenting and liking and sharing and all that, I'd be out of a job. So please like and share and subscribe and all that shebang, and I'll see you in the next one.